Hello everyone, I'm DW, and this is an overview of Orcs Must Die. Orcs Must Die is a third-person tower defense game by Robot Entertainment, released in 2011 on the 360 and the PC. We're going to be playing the PC version. Here's the option menu. Quite pitiful honestly, but it gets the job done. And here's the controls. You can't actually rebind the controls in-game, you have to modify some files, and it's a total pain in the ass, but fortunately the default controls are totally fine for the most part. And here's our in-game tutorial. Like other TD games, we have to protect the rift from the enemies that will spawn from the doors, and while standing near the rift, we will be healed. Our health and mana are displayed in the upper left corner, coins in the bottom right are what we use to buy our traps. On the top right we have our mini-map for the level. Rift points are the amount of enemies that can get through a rift before we fail the level. And the wave counter shows what wave we're on. That's something that I will frequently forget. So in OMD we have a couple of different ways to defend the rifts. We can do it directly with weapons like the crossbow and the blade staff, or we can do it by laying down traps like spikes, arrow walls, and the tar seen in the hotbar there. These can be selected quickly by pressing the corresponding number, you know, just like any other video game. That screen also mentioned our spellbook. This is where all of our equipment is held, everything from our crossbow to our floor scorcher. In this first game there's really not much to choose from, but we'll make plenty use of it all. Well, except for the blade staff, and probably boom barrels, and probably a couple other ones, but whatever. Traps and weapons aren't the only equipment that we get. Eventually we will unlock guardians like the paladin, and the archers. Sometimes guardians will already be hanging out on a level. These guardians cannot be sold, but I'm pretty sure they retain all the upgrades that you give them from the weavers. While we're on the topic, weavers are basically passive ability trees that we can spec into for the duration of the level. We don't start out with them, and really the only one that's worth buying into is the steel weaver. Though it's hard to say no to that elemental weaver. If you're like me and you like your women like you like your ale, you know, ginger. I apologize if that comment made you just not want to watch the rest of this video. I understand. Anyway, all you really need to know about weavers is that they are passive bonuses, and that will unlock them eventually. Non-weapon equipment like traps can be upgraded between stages. We do this with the skulls that we get when we complete a stage. The better we do on a stage, the more skulls we get for a maximum of 5 skulls. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.